31 minutes past the top of the hour. Yesterday, a small hashed area shows up over Florida. Something potentially could develop there, but we don't think so.
No, I don't think so right now. I mean, if you look at the enhanced satellite imagery over South Florida right now, you can see there's been some thunderstorm activity that has since collapsed. And you do, with not too much imagination, you can see a sort of a counterclockwise spin there over the Florida peninsula. But like we've seen many times this tropical season,
Yes.
It's an upper level low, meaning that circulation, the counterclockwise twirl there, has not made it down to the ground.
I will say this, the last night we did have some thunderstorms near the center, which I thought was interesting.
And that could be part of the process that tries to bring that upper low down to the surface, but it didn't quite make it.
Yeah, you have to, the persistence is the key to something like this.
Right, and what we've got
So this won't
underneath
ruin anybody's Labor Day weekend.
Well, in terms of tropical development.
Yes, in terms of development tropical. Okay.
We have surface high pressure right here, and that is sort of keeping it an upper level low, meaning that you may see some thunderstorms now and then across Florida over the next couple of days, but development of this system is unlikely. So that's good news there. If you track the thunderstorms beginning this evening over the next 24 hours or so, you can see they kind of flare up and then dissipate.
What's that coming into Miami?
Yeah. And this may be a piece of the edge of the upper low, which is probably sitting right in here. A lot of times you get storms on the edges.
We talked about that on the east side is where you get the action. Well, something to think about, certainly tomorrow morning in the Miami metro area.
That's right.
If that verifies
Could
these
be
models.
a stormy time across parts of Florida, no doubt about that. So, keep an eye to the skies, but tropical development
so impacts,
not
but not tropical. All right.
Right.
Let's talk about what's going on here with this season, because when you look at seasons of the past, especially over the past several years, we've had above average season after above average. Last 3 years in a row, we had 19 named storms.
We did.
This year, we face potentially nothing like that. And especially in terms of numbers of hurricanes. We have not had one yet, and we don't see one in the pipeline anytime soon.
There is not one in the pipeline. That's a good way to put it. I mean, if you look at our seasonal forecast from the beginning, we forecasted 15 named storms, 8 hurricanes. 3 of those would be Category 3 or higher. Look at this. To date, we've only had 6 named storms. But, Jim, you were mentioning that's the big stat.
That's the big stat,
that just stands out. You're like, what? 0 hurricanes to date, and none in the pipeline going out probably a week. It's hard to see a hurricane popping up in the next week or so. Not impossible, but hard to see it. It's going to be early September, at least.
I mean, do you think, we know we're going to get through August without a hurricane, more than likely. I mean, 90% plus chance of that. But do you think we could actually go all the way to September 11th, which is the latest date that we've never had a hurricane?
Sure, we could, the way things look right now. Looking at the average, if you expect the average number of hurricanes, 6 hurricanes you expect during the season, we've got to average basically a hurricane a week through probably the middle of October to get to those numbers. That's asking a lot.
That is asking a lot of the atmosphere. All right, so that'll be interesting to see. We may actually have a below average season, certainly in terms of number of hurricanes coming up. Let's talk about these 2 areas of interest, because even though they're not much now, and you're going to tell us why, that doesn't mean we can let our guard down.
No, you can't. I mean, there are parts of the atmosphere, there's no doubt about that, that are kind of over the Atlantic right now that say, come on hurricanes, or come on, So one of those pieces is called the MJO. That's called the Madden-Julian Oscillation. It's a big weather system. It's huge. Basically,
this is kind of the new buzz in tropical meteorology,
It's a buzzword, and it refers to this weather system that moves around from time to time, and as it does, it can both enhance in one place tropical development, and then on the other part of the world suppress it. And right now, over the Atlantic, we have the phase of that system that is trying to enhance tropical development.
And it's a strong phase.
It is a strong system now. This is a very
that's why we're all kind of going, what?
Yeah, why, if this is one of the pieces of the puzzle, why is there no development? That's because there are plenty of other pieces of the puzzle that say, And if you look at one of those areas of interest right now that we just encircled before, you're seeing we've got a 20% chance of development, but overall, if you look at the clouds up close, there is no thunderstorm activity with it. This system is going to be moving in that direction. Keep an eye over the next several days just in case something happens with it, but looking at this, it's going to be a while, if at all.
All right, guys. The quiet Atlantic basin continues almost eerily, as we get into September here.